Hi, welcome to the next topic, that is nothing but the DML, data manipulation language. So in the earlier session we have seen the DDL, then we have seen the constraints, and now we are understanding DML. These are the types of the queries: DDL, DML, DQL. So in the DML, there are three important queries we have, and that are nothing but insert, update, and the delete. The queries which are used to manipulate the data, the queries which are used to manipulate the data are nothing but the DMLs. So important DMLs are insert, update, and the delete. What is the insert? Inserts the new rows into the table. It is used to add the data. Update modifies the existing data within a table. It is used to change or update the existing data. Delete removes the rows from the table. It is used to delete the unwanted data from the table. DML allows you to interact with the data stored in the DB, whether it is adding the new records, modifying existing ones, or deleting unwanted ones. They form the core operations for managing and manipulating the data within the database. So when you say DML, it's all about insert, update, delete. Let us see how it works. Okay, so here I will create one more SQL notebook, and here we can say dml.sql. dml.sql. So keep this thing open over here and open with SQL notebook. Open with SQL notebook. So these are the constraints we have created. We can use same tables, no problem, or we can use different ones as well. Well, about this, I didn't open it as a notebook, but plain I have opened it. That is also okay. You should be habitual for both. Now let's try to insert the data into the employees. Let's try to insert the data into the employees. So here I can say use YTDB. Use YTDB. It's a good habit to write a use statement in the beginning, and then you can say other things. So I want to insert the data into this. Now if you want to see the insert statement, I have given one example: insert into customer ID, right? You can give all the column names over here and the values like this, right? Let us see how it works. Inserting to the employees table. Employees table. If you don't know what is the employees table, describe. In the last video I have asked you this question: how do you get the table description? Right? Can you see? Describe the employees table. Field employee ID int no. This is the primary key. Default employee name null yes. Age yes, and something like this. So you can see the constraints also in this way over here. Now here I can say describe table employees. This is the employees table. So before you perform any operation on the table, you should know that table properly. Insert into, okay, so here we will say see table details. See table details, and then here I can say inserting it. After checking the table details, we need to insert into employees. insert into employees. See, insert into employees, then you can add a list of columns. So here emp underscore id, these things, emp underscore nm, and age. These are the column names, remember that. And then values. So first value is an integer 1, then employee name abc and age 12, okay, semicolon, and hit the or run it. Can you see inserted? The data has been inserted to the table. Now I want to check the data. How do you check? We'll see in the next session. But presently data insert has been done. Now see another flavor of the insert. I will write it over here like this. Sometimes you just need to insert 2 columns. So instead of giving all these things, right, you can give just 2. So what do you think? Will it work? Or before moving ahead to that, so if I try to insert this again, if I try to fire this again, what will happen? Can you tell me? If I try to insert, I just have copied the query over here, right? If I try to insert it, what will happen? Write it in the comment box. Write it in the comment box what will happen. Now I will run the query, okay, and can you see duplicate entry for 1, duplicate entry 1 for the primary key. Can you see on the table employee ID is the primary key and employee ID is the primary key. You cannot have duplicate values for the primary key. What is the definition of the primary key? Check the session or the video on the primary key that already I have made it. So insert into the employees, employee ID, employee name, age, and the 1. So SQL is saying that boss, I will not allow this thing. So I will not delete this cell. I will keep this cell as it is and just code it. So here you can say insert into employees. Instead of 1, I can say 2. And this ABC, you can keep it as it is because there are no constraint on the ABC. Even that can be null. Say PQR and age is 13. Here you can say like this, right? Now it is working. But the minute you try to add the same number over here, employee ID, this 2, employee name, this PQR, age, this 13, right? The minute you will add the same data as this or as earlier data, it will create the problem. Okay, now you might see inserts in this way also. That is also okay, no problem. People will not write this thing and simply insert employees values 3. So I will show you what happens. So here I have changed the names. I will not change these details over here and run it. It will work, no problem. Why it will work? There are no constraints. So constraint is available only on this primary key. Similarly, if you try to add the details, so let me try to add the details to the product table. Insert. So presently I know what is a product table, so I don't need to check it, right? Insert into product or products. Okay, product ID 1, insert into the product ID 1. Now see, not null. Here you cannot give this null. So before moving ahead, let me show you. I can add nulls also. So instead of the PQR, I can say null 4 and run it. Can you see null is allowed over here? But we have written the constraint. Not null on the product name. So if you try to insert the null, it will give you the problem. Insert into products values. So first is a product ID, product name, barcode and the price. Product ID, say 1. Product name, if you try to give it a null, product name is not null. If you try to give it a null, it will give you a problem. Then barcode is a varchar, okay, and the price is 23. On the price also there is a constraint. Check price is greater than 10. Let's try to insert it. Okay, table product doesn't run it again. Yeah, can you see now? Constraint. It is giving the error. It is giving the error. Product name cannot be null. So you need to give a proper name. So here I can say PRD 111. Run it now. Okay. Now let's try to, now see the barcode is unique. Let's make this 2. This is a primary key. And can you see duplicate entry SD344? Because if you see here, barcode is a unique. So if you try to violate this constraint, SQL will give you an error. So I will keep that error as it is. I will keep that error as it is. So you will get to know what error you will face. Now here 3, 4, 5, right? Now insert it. Sorry, now run it. It is running properly. Similarly, try to just make it 2 and here 3, otherwise. So this is also unique. 6, product name 2 and run it. See, constraint product dot price failed. Why? It is should be greater than 10 rupees 10. And here we can say 20 and now run it, which will work, right? Insert into all these things. Now what about delete? Next 2 queries, insert, update and the delete. So if you want to update, sorry, let's delete this cell. Update product or update employee. So if you see here, we have added null over here to the 4th employee. To the 4th employee we have added null. Update employee, right? Set, here I can say set EMP underscore NM, right? This is the column EMP underscore NM. EMP underscore NM is equals to www where clause, where EMP ID is equals to 4. See, you might see some people are writing queries like this also. Update employee. You might see people are writing each clause at a new line. So here I didn't follow that approach. Insert into values. So here update a clause at a single line. Set is the clause at a single line. Where is a new clause at a single line? So if you have lengthy queries, like too lengthy, like big queries, you can follow this approach for the better understanding purpose only, right? There is no efficiency and other things involved over here. Remember that to the 4th employee ID, can you see 4th employee ID, we have set it null, right? But I want to update it to the www. Write it ytdb.employee EMPLO. What's the name? Okay, it's employees plural. So keep the consistency, team. Whenever you create the table names, either keep table names in the plural form or it's in the singular form. That is up to you. But keep the consistency. If all are plural, keep everything plural, not like this. Okay. Update employees, set where AEMP ID is equals to this. Now, this is what update will work. So update comes with the where clause. Update comes with what? Where clause. So this employee ID I want to update. Right? Now you might try something like this without where clause. What happens? So you just imagine without where clause. So all the columns that are nothing but EMP name will try to change. Can you see? All the columns. Can you see? Rows matched, 4 changed. This is bad. This is bad. Never fire the update query. Well, there is one database setting also, not to allow all these things. Now see what happened over here. So here only one row. Can you see affected rows 1? Can you see over here affected rows 4? So where clause in the update query is very important. If you don't have a where clause, it will affect all the columns or all the rows. For all the rows, particular column would be updated. Now how to check, we'll see in the next session, don't worry. So let me conclude with the delete clause. Delete. Remember that you are deleting the data. You are not deleting the table. Delete from customer. Delete from employees. Delete from employees. Now if you fire only this much, all the things would be getting deleted, where EMP ID underscore ID is equals to 1. So here I can say delete employee. Delete employee. Right? Can you see affected row 1? Similar about delete, add the where clause. Can you see affected rows 3 because 1 already has been deleted over here. Importance of the where clause. Well, we can disallow developers or the DB administrators from doing this thing. There is a database level setting. Right? We'll see that. Not now, but just for your information, I'm telling you, there is a database level setting. Presently, I have enabled it just to tell you, but actually that needs to be disabled. So no one can delete something like this. I hope you have understood this session. Right? This much SQL we have created. And here we can say DML insert, update and delete. So we have seen a lot of things related to that part. I hope you have understood this session. If you have understood it, write it in the comment box. If you have any queries, also write it in the comment box. I will resolve the queries. Also, if you have landed directly on this video, right, you need to watch previous videos to understand this thing properly. Right? So make sure that you will watch all the earlier videos. A lot of theory related to the SQL I have covered in this series. Thank you. See you in the next video.